Are you ready to go big? Are you ready to make this shift and drop the negativity? Drop the limits and step into your positive self? If so, this is the episode for you. My name is Henry, and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have you here today because in this episode, we're going to do exactly that. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that you like or enjoy from this episode, if you're on YouTube or Spotify, you can leave a comment below. Not only does it help me know or resonated with you, but somebody else might read your comment and might inspire them to give this episode a listen. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that is together. So whether you leave a positive comment or share this with somebody, it means the absolute world to me, and I could never thank you enough. But let's dive into today's episode. So if you can't tell, I'm really excited about this message. If you've listened to my podcast over the years or even just a few months, normally I'm a little bit calmer, a little bit slower with the words, really diving in. But today I am fired up because I just got off a great coaching call, really tapping into how to shift your mind. And this stuff is real. If you want to make a shift, all you have to do is this. And I've been talking about this all week, so I hope you're feeling the theme of what's possible for you. This is possible for you. You can do this exact thing. In fact, I know that you can do it. You're meant to do it. Everything in your life has led you to the moment to where you can take the choice, where you can take the power back and choose to be the version of you that you desire. And it's as simple as this, your mindset. You have to start talking to and about yourself as you want to be, not what you currently are or what you think you are. If you want to be a multimillionaire, if you want to be someone with inner peace that operates just smoothly through the world, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a spouse, whatever it is that you desire to be, you need to talk about and to yourself as if you already are. When you do that, you will become that because that version of you operates on a higher frequency. That version of you is powerful. That version of you has put in the work, has the scars, has the pain, has gone through it all to get to that level. So it operates on a higher version. So when you start talking, acting, and thinking as if you're already that, you will move your mindset, the frequency that your mind is set on, to the same one of where you're trying to go. You see, your mindset sits on a frequency. That's what it's doing. If you want to change your experience, what you're viewing in the world, you change the mind. You move it and set it on another frequency. When you set your mind on the frequency where future you exists, anything is possible because you start perceiving from that angle. So you don't see the problems, you don't see the opportunities, you don't see the resistance, you don't see the flow from your current state anymore. Your current state is going to give you your current results. The higher state, the bigger one, the fullest one, the most achieved one, the most earned one, the most well-rounded, grown, healed, whatever you want to call it, version will see everything from that perspective. So it doesn't see how it affects you. It sees how you can grow from it. It sees both sides. It sees the whole field. That's where you need to start operating in. And that's all you have to do. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not complicated. How would the best version of you think? Well, write down what the best version of you is and whatever it is that you want to be. Again, it could be, I want to have a lovely house. I want to be a homemaker and this is what I want and this is who I want to be. It could be that. That's an amazing goal. It could be, I want to be a high-powered banker. I want to be a NASCAR driver. I want to be a horseback rider. I want to be the most famous politician in the world. All of it is available to you. If you can say the words, you can do it. If you can envision it as a reality, you can do it. So play with some realities that you want. Finally, when you land with the one that you desire, that's what it is. So then you write that version of yourself down or record it in your phone, whatever you have to do, but make it, speak it, write it, whatever it is. And then put down, how does that version think about themselves? So you know who you want to be, so how would you think at that level? How would you think about buying the groceries? How would you think about meeting people? How would you think about work? How would you think about sleep? How would you think about all of these things? When you divine it or decide it from that higher self, from that fuller version of you, then you'll see the avenues. You'll see the paths. You'll see the way forward in alignment with that. It's truly that simple. Again, it's not easy, but it's that simple. You can do this. You can be this. I know it's available for you. It's what I'm doing right now. It's the shift I'm making, and you're hearing it in this podcast. I am no longer showing up as the version of me that's shown up over the past 3 years. And of course, that version has grown over time. You could go back to my first episodes and see how I thought and how I spoke and how I did things. You can see how that changes over time. But now, I'm not just doing it by just nature. I'm doing it by choice. You see, I was getting better, or I was changing or evolving because of repetition, of doing it again and again and again. And I will still continue to do that. But now I'm making a choice. I've created the version of myself of who I want to become. And now I'm thinking, speaking, and acting in alignment. So you're not seeing me, you're seeing future me in this moment. And I will get better at it over time. This is the first time of me really diving into this energy, really speaking this way fully, truly owning what this can be. But over time, I will get more comfortable in the energy, just as you will. You'll get more comfortable in perceiving the world as that version of you. You'll get more comfortable in receiving the world, which that's where most people get stuck, is the receiving part. We can give. But when we try to receive at the higher level, that's when we have the blocks. That's when those financial, those health, those wisdom ceilings start to creep in. That's what happens. So it's time. You've connected this podcast. This is not like my other one. So if you have stayed tuned in, this message is for you. We're right before 2024. If you're listening to this goes live, maybe you're catching it after 2024. The point is the same. But we are right before a new year. So many of you I know are thinking, new year, new me. I'm going to start that diet program. I'm going to start investing my money. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing this. You're setting this version of yourself. So why not ride the momentum now? Why not take the extra step and create the version of you that needs to be here? If it's in your heart to create this person, this is who you're supposed to be. You want to know your purpose? It's to create that version, become it, and give it away. Because that version of you will have gone through pain, gone through heartache, healed, overcome it, and will be able to give the path to that healing. That's the goal. That's how you make an energy shift in the entire world. No money can do that. No status can do that. Only energy exchange. That's the true path, being the highest form of you and giving it away. This is how we get there. Your mind is powerful. The frequency that it sits on matters. So take this into consideration. Create the version of you want to be. Write down what they do, how they think, how they believe, and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective. If you like the energy, let me know. If not, let me know as well. I probably will still do it, but I want to know what you all think, because I think that we're on this journey together. We're just taking different paths, and I'd love to win and grow really together. So if you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It's just an email list. I just let you know when new episodes come out. So feel free to join that. And of course, you can follow me on social media. There's my Instagram and TikTok right down there as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.